To pick the most profitable matches when it comes to the lay the draw. This is a 16 years battle-tested way of selecting the most profitable matches to trade on. I'm also going to explain what I think is one of the most overlooked stats in the whole of football trading. And I'm just going to break straight into it now and tell you the simple way to select these games is to look for this. Home favourites under 2.0, the draw price to be under 4.5, the home score first 70% of the time, and the away to concede first 70% of the time. That is one of the most overlooked stats. I'm going to break it all down. But what I want to do with you now is arm you with the knowledge to know when to get in and out. I'm going to show you how to stake these trades and how to never fear a late equaliser. Also, what the hell should you do if there's a red card? So by the end of this video, you'll be able to pick the best matches to make the most profit on, but also how to handle every single trade. And I'm also going to give you a live example. Does it sound good? If you do see me staring at my screen, it's because all of my notes are here and I want to make sure that I give you the absolute best of myself and everything that you need to make sure that you can use this lay the draw strategy. Now, it's pretty pointless me just showing you the trades without telling you how and why it works. So let me start by telling you this. Ignore the naysayers that say lay the draw is dead. It's rubbish. It is absolute rubbish what they're saying. Because what is a football match decided on? Okay, goals. So until they change the rules of the game and football is then not decided on goals anymore, this is always going to work. But it is worth noting that it doesn't just work on every match. That's where a lot of people come unstuck. They just start laying the draw on everything, and that is when it becomes a problem. So why does it work? Well, it works because we're picking firstly home favourites under 2.0. So that is a heavy favourite playing at home in front of their own crowd, in their own stadium. All of that buzz, they know the ground. They know that their fans are probably going to give the away fans some stick, and it could be quite a hard place to go. So we're looking at really, really strong home favourites. Now also we're going for the draw under 4.5, which is the odds range that I've checked, and this works best, so that it's least likely to happen. Now the most overlooked stat ever in football is who scored first and who conceded first, okay? Match them up against each other. So many people struggle to read what is happening in a match, but if you are armed with this stat and you've checked this stat, it tells you which way to be focusing, which team to be looking at to score, and also which team is going to concede. So if you're watching two teams playing and you know the home team is most likely to score first and the away team is most likely to concede, when you're watching that, you're looking at the home team's attacking ability and the away team's defensive ability. It shows you exactly what to look for. Now, the reason I'm looking for the home team to score first 70% of the time and the away team to be the opposite of that is I have tested this over so many years. Now, if we have data that says that the home team scores most likely 70% of the time, on its own is probably a good statistic. Okay, they score a lot of goals and they usually score first. So that tells us that they're an attacking team and that they know how to score. On its own, it's great. But when you pair it with the fact that the away team concedes 70% of the time first, it tells you that they're not very good at defending, especially away from home. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump over onto my computer and I'm going to show you how to find these matches. So now I'm going to show you exactly how to find these games. I'm going to show you two ways. I'm going to show you the free way on the Betfair website, and then I'm going to show you the paid way, which is a lot quicker. What I want to do with this video is just give you absolutely everything that you need to be able to find these absolutely amazing lay the draw selections. So first thing you need to do is you need to come to the Betfair exchange, which is betfair.com/exchange. Click football and then click today. Okay, what it's going to do is it's going to give you a screen very similar to this one. Now, what we're looking for is a home favourite under 2.0. So that's this number one here. Now, they need to be under 2.0 on the blue section. Okay, that's the back side. I'm also looking for the draw, which is this X here, in the pink to be under 4.5. Okay, that's the first hurdle for me that these games have to get over for me to even investigate the stats. Okay, I'm going to walk you through the whole thing. I'm going to share my screen and show you it. Now, you just keep scrolling through this list and you can see this one doesn't match Betis versus Rayo Vallecano. Leicester Liverpool doesn't match. Okay, I'm scrolling through. Now we have this Derry City one which matches. Okay, so this matches the odds here are under 2.0 and the odds here, the pink one, the draw, is under 4.5. Okay, so what I would do is I just type that up on my sheet, write on a notebook, however you want to track it. Okay, now we're going to check the stats on that. First thing I'm going to check, okay, I'm going to go to soccer. This is the free version of how to do it. Okay, then you need to click matches up here and then checked, and we're just going to scroll down and we're going to find Ireland, okay, because that's the league it was in. If you don't know what league it's in, come back over here and you'll see it, Irish Premier Division, okay, and then just keep scrolling down till you find it, Ireland Premier Division. Click stats, okay, and we have to close the adverts, do your heading, and it's this game here, okay, so we're going to click stats there. Just gives us a little bit of information here. It's always worth reading. Derry City are hosting Dundalk on Monday. With the 0-1 away win at Bohemians, Derry City have recorded their second consecutive win and did not concede any goal in their last 2 games in the league. Dundalk are on a 4-match winning run, extending their unbeaten run to 6 matches in the league. Okay, so this little section here is going to give you a rundown of the match. It's going to give you a few red flags, to be fair, if you read this one now, because the away team, Dundalk, unbeaten in their last 6 matches. But that's not what we're looking for first, okay? But it's always good to read that. We're going to keep scrolling down. We'll keep scrolling until you get to keep scrolling. This is the one we want, okay? This is the first goal. This is what we want to be looking at. Okay, now we want Derry City, all of our games, but especially in this one, Derry City, this percentage of scoring first at home, 29% isn't enough. That needs to be 70%. Okay, and then we need the opposing team, the away team, to concede first 70% of the time as well. They currently 53% of the time total and away 43%. This game doesn't match. It doesn't fit. Okay, what you would need this to look like, this home would need to be 70% here or greater, and this away in the red would need to be 70% or greater. Okay, this game doesn't match. I have been through the rest of the card and there isn't any games today, which is why I was just showing you that example like that. Now I'm going to show you a way of finding them very, very with the Betfair Trading Community football stats software. Okay, so when you sign up for Betfair Trading Community, you get a screen that looks like this. This is your dashboard. If you click football stats, it's going to open up a page like this. This is our stats builder. So when you're building the lay the draw, it is actually saved for you in the profitable members filter. So you can click that and then you've got them every single day. They're there. So you can see that there's none today, which took all of 20 seconds. If you want to build that filter yourself, you'd click select stat subject, click Betfair, and then click odds. Scroll down here to home, and then go less than equal to 2 because we want them to be 2.0 or less. And then we're going to go the exact same Betfair, and we're going to go odds, select stat. We want the draw, less than equal to 4.5. Okay, I click add. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to click apply, and it's going to screen Betfair for all of those games today. So it's pulled them all in today. Now what I can do is I can just click them and I can start to go through the stats. So I'd click score versus conceded. I'd click home and away. and then percentages, and I can really quickly see this team here, Beijing Guan, first to score here, 30%. The away team concedes first, 33%. Doesn't match. I can actually build that filter to pull that stat in as well to save even more time and just click, which is how I've built it for the profitable members filter, which you can see if you sign up. It's in my save filters and it just pulls them all in for you like that. So that is how you find those matches. How we trade these. And at the end of this section, I have a live trade for you. So I get in from the very, very start. So I have my lay matched before the game is kicked off. So right before the game is kicked off, or sometimes in the morning, I place my lay. Then what is going to happen is I'm just going to let the game go in play and I'm waiting for the goal. I usually have this phone set up with the sofa score alerts. As soon as the goal goes in, what I do is I wait 1 minute and I'll run you through the scenarios. The first scenario is the home team scores first. That's the one we want. I wait about a minute just for the market to settle and then I trade out and I take my profit. Now, the other scenario in this situation is that actually the away team scores first, the underdog. Now, it's 0-1. All I do here is I wait until 80 minutes and then I get out. Now, you might be a little bit scared about that, but this testing by choosing these matches has told me that it doesn't happen very often that we get a late equaliser, okay? Now, the other scenario there is that the away team actually goes 2 goals up and then we get an even bigger profit. I really like those. That just sort of boosts the profitability of this strategy. Then I get out. Now, if it goes 1-1, all I do is I wait until 70 minutes, then I get out. Okay, so if it goes 1-1, I just wait until 70 minutes and then I get out. Because in that situation, what can happen is it's 1-1, it's just like delay the draw still. It's still like it's 0-0. Then what I'm doing is waiting for the home team to score 2-1, then I get out. And if it goes 1-2, the away team score again, I'll just wait until around 80 minutes. Again, the situation there is they might even go 3-1 up. Nice. If there's no goal, I get out at 70 minutes. I take my loss and I move on, okay? Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to jump back onto the computer and I'm going to show you, well actually from my phone, I'm going to show you now a live trade, step by step, some images of that, and I'm going to talk over that, show you the screenshots and show you how I got to that.
So here we go. This is the live example. So I've logged into the Betfair trading community stats and you can see firstly that this game, there is 2 league places between them and also it fits quite nicely on price. Second thing I've gone into here, I've highlighted on the video, is the first team to score is the home team. Quite a high percentage. And then that is mirrored by the away team as well, which is exactly what we want. Then I've headed over to Betfair. Remember, this is an actual live trade. So I found the game on Betfair. I just searched for it. You can see the name of the teams and then the odds. Everything fits quite nicely. And I've just clicked this button here where I've highlighted it and I've laid the draw for £2. I've gone in play with this trade, okay? Now, what has happened is the home team has gone 1-up. I went to trade out and guess what? When I went to trade out, there was another goal scored. So it didn't work out exactly the way that I planned it and the way that I wanted it to work. But what did happen was the home team went ahead and then after it went to 1-1, they actually went and scored another goal. So it went to 2-1. And then you can see that I was able to cash out for a profit of 60p, which is 30% return on my stake, which I don't think is pretty bad for a really, really straightforward strategy that you can use. Following this video, you are going to be able to do everything that you need.
Now we're going to talk about how we stake these and what to do if there's a red card and to never fear that late goal. Stake these 2% flat staking of your bank. What I mean by that is if you have a £100 bank, you're going to use £2 stakes. So you're going to go into Betfair and you're going to lay the draw for £2. Okay, very, very simple, very straightforward. Now, never fearing a late goal. I have tested this over 16 years and this strategy makes money every single year without fail. So when I say never fear a late goal, if it's 0-1 and it gets to 80 minutes, get out. 80 minutes is your cutoff. That's where you get out and move on. And that's because, like I say, I've tested this. So I know that selecting the games this way, just by the pure data alone, tells me that is the best point to get out. And there is sometimes late goals after that, but you never have to fear because you're getting out at 80 minutes. This has been tested for you. I have done all of the work. Now, the last scenario to worry about is if there is a red card. What do we do if there's a red card? Get out. I'm going to repeat that. Get out. Don't wait, just get out. Take your loss and move on. The reason why is red cards affect a game massively. If it's the home team that's got the red card or the away team, it doesn't matter. It's going to change that game massively. It could end up being an absolute goal fest because their goalie could have got sent off. But I've seen teams get so galvanised by only having 10 men that they have all put in superstar performances and nobody has scored. And it has been an absolute boring game because they are just putting in this superhuman performance and it's just, whoa, they just cannot get anywhere near them. It's really, really, really difficult. So now, with that being said, I think the next video you should go and watch is my number 2 most profitable football strategy. I'm going to leave a link to it in the description below, and I'm also going to make sure that it's just going to be up there for you. Go and watch that video and add another trading strategy to your portfolio.